you join the program?
I wanted to improve my pattern around nutrition and making good choices.
What was your goal at the start of the program?
I think it was to kickstart or to continue losing a few kilos, mainly centimetres, and definitely to build in reliable patterns when I was under stress.
What was the process like when you started, and how did you feel going in?
I felt probably a bit nervous going in about who else was going to be in the group. Vulnerable. You've got to be a bit vulnerable to name up what some of your triggers are and what you're trying to achieve. Once we kicked off, I loved it. I loved the group chat. I loved the group environment. I loved the weekly kind of webinars that we did, all checking in, and also the little posts throughout the week that were from Loz and Max and other team members.
What's changed for you in the past 8 weeks, and what's been the biggest improvement?
The change for me has been consistency of being really conscious about how my mind impacts the decisions and the patterns that I've got built up over a lifetime. So, in particular, knowing that I need to fuel my body properly and not starve it. Starving it just makes me keep weight on and not feel healthy. If I'm having regular meals that have that balance of protein, fruit and veg, and carbs. So that's a big change, is knowing what I need and what choices I can make to help that happen. And then the second one is being really mindful. So using that if then framework that we did through the 8 weeks and relying on that as a backup. If I am, starving at 5 o'clock at night, then don't repeat the same legacy patterns that I would have had before that. So thinking about different choices to make, thinking about how I could fill myself up with a protein option instead, thinking about how I prepare and plan for that day and then the next day.
What advice would you have for your former self or anyone struggling with their weight?
I was just talking to a friend about this week, and I think the all or nothing doesn't have to occur. So if you have a bad meal or you make a choice that you're not that wrapped with, then make a different one for the next meal. It doesn't have to be tomorrow or next week or next month. So it's about controlling what's possible in your day and without overlaying all that guilt, judgment, weird stuff that your head does after a lifetime of up, down, up, down, up, down. And if you stick with the principles and understand what your triggers are, you can do it. Well, I was away overseas for 4 weeks, and usually I would have just not paid attention and not been mindful about what I was doing. Instead, the program and the frameworks and all the learning and the connection helped me stick tight to what is a new way of well-being, because it can't be a diet. It's just got to be a new way.